Hi, welcome to my Applying Adaptive Thinking presentation for Strategic Leadership. My name is Abby Payer, and I'm a student at Bethel University. I also teach there. Today's presentation is not specific to Bethel University, but it does address a challenge that I have dealt with at Bethel. Since smartphones became ubiquitous and laptops and tablets became relatively affordable, professors in higher education have debated what to do about the perceived technology problem in their classrooms. Commonly seen as the ultimate distraction and attention span shortener, technology usage is a topic frequently discussed, both informally and formally, on college campuses. In his article, Attention Students, Put Your Laptops Away, DeBeck of 2016 cites research from Muller and Oppenheimer, who found that when students type their notes, their retention of material decreases. This is because typing notes verbatim doesn't require a person to process the information, whereas when students handwrite notes, they must process the material in order to condense it, because they cannot possibly write every word the professor utters. When the brain goes through the process of thinking through the content and shortening it into manageable chunks to write down, more information appears to be retained. However, other experts, such as Aubrey Evans, see technology as a way to increase active engagement in their classrooms, and as a reality of the 21st century. The polarized viewpoints have led to an ongoing debate about how to handle technology in the classroom. Technical solutions to the problem of technology use in college classrooms exist, but further analysis leads me to believe that this is a challenge that must be solved adaptively. The fictitious university of my example has a responsible use of informational technology policy, but no set policy for classroom technology use. This is becoming more of a problem as the Generation Z students are entering our classrooms. Generation Z students have never known a life without technology, and their K-12 systems adapted to that and used apps on smartphones and smart boards, iPads, clickers, etc., in order to use technology to engage students. Unclear expectations frustrate students and professors alike. Professors with strict technology expectations that don't allow technology use in their classrooms are frustrated by other professors who do allow the devices to be used in the classroom. And that can be frustrating for students as well. The fictitious university I'll be discussing today is a small private Christian university with about 5,000 students. When you take a look at the tenure track faculty versus adjunct instructor ratio, it's about 6-4. Currently, the university has invested in 6 interactive whiteboards, and there are 10 full-time informational technology staff members. When viewed through a technical lens, Heifetz, Grashow, and Linsky suggest that the leader first identifies the problem. In this scenario, the problem is the university is inconsistent on its technology use during class policy, which has resulted in various expectations for smartphones, laptop, and tablet use, depending on the professor. This inconsistency has led to tension amongst faculty members and confusion for students. A consistent guideline has been requested by both faculty and students. After identifying the problem, it's important to understand the interests of those involved, assess and evaluate possible solutions, and make a decision. In this case, the decision would simply be to update the technology use policy to encourage appropriate technology use in the classroom. However, I don't believe that this problem can be adequately solved by a technical solution. I feel that the solution requires adaptive thinking. In choosing to view this problem through the adaptive lens, the first step is observation. In addition to informal data that's already been collected showing the administration that there is a problem with the technology use policy as it currently stands, it would be helpful to create a survey in order to gather more data. The survey could ask questions of professors and students to determine their views on using technology in the classroom. This will be an anonymous electronic survey that will provide both quantitative and qualitative data. The data will show the views on technology and also some potential discrepancies between how professors and students view technology use in the classroom. The next step in addressing an adaptive challenge is to take a look at the risks. Heifetz, Grashow, and Linsky recommend acknowledging and naming the risks that groups of people will incur when the change initiative is adopted. An adaptive leader must take a look and inventory the various risks of the different options. If a change initiative is adopted to increase technology use in classrooms, some professors may fear they are losing autonomy, power, and control. They may fear they do not have the skills to successfully implement new technology, and they may also fear they're not savvy enough to determine whether students are using technology appropriately. The current technology department may feel overwhelmed if technology is added, and they may worry about workload increase in supporting professors in classrooms. Administrators also run the risk of alienating a certain percentage of faculty members who resist the change. They will also have an added pressure to their budget, as the initiative will require a budget allocation for technology and training. Also, there is a small minority of students who may not be technologically savvy or who are intentionally screen-free, and they may feel as though they are forced to use the technology. A second option would be to do a technology ban. So if a change initiative is adopted to ban the use of smartphones, tablets, or laptops in the classroom, some professors may again fear they're losing autonomy over their own classroom decisions. These professors may not appreciate having to enforce a technology policy that they oppose. The technology department may feel their role has stagnated, and the individuals may decide to look for a career in a more progressive field. Also, the data will likely reveal that a majority of students feel the college is not treating them as adults who are capable of managing their technology usage, and this initiative may put a barrier between administrators, professors, and students. The third option is to maintain the status quo, which means not updating the policy and not taking an official stance on technology in the classroom. In this hypothetical scenario, choosing not to act may be the least risky solution in the short term. The administration will continue to feel the limited amount of complaints from students and professors about the inconsistency of the current technology policy, but the largest risk to maintaining the status quo is the possibility that the institution will not keep up with technology expectations of the 21st century. This could harm the institution's reputation at a time when it's really important to show the relevance of higher education. The next step is to interpret the data and the observations that we've made. So in this hypothetical example, the data is pointing to evidence that supports updating the technology policy to increase the use of technology in the classroom. Recently, Professor Lucarelli of St. Scholastica was cited as saying, "We want to integrate technology literacy in schools, so we are creating kids that are information literate, tech savvy, and confident when they graduate, and they're ready for new learning opportunities or to work in our new economy." In addition to a written policy change, this adaptive change is going to require a commitment to educating faculty on new technology. It will also require an eventual monetary investment in hardware. And in order to be successful, the authors suggest connecting the adaptive plan to the institution's mission. Our current mission statement says that we are committed to excellence in leadership, and that we are looking to transform culture. I believe that in order to truly fulfill those two statements, we need to embrace technology and incorporate it into our classrooms. From a strategic leadership standpoint, it's really important to find your allies before rolling out your plan. Potential allies in this case could be key professors, professors who are already using technology in their teaching and are finding success with it, the IT department, teachers' assistants, many of which were part of technology clubs in high school and who are already familiar with many of these technologies, and also groups of professors can self-select to be part of pilot test groups. So what this means is instead of investing in new hardware for every classroom across the university, groups will be chosen to experiment with new technologies that require a few hours of training, such as smartboards. So these pilot groups can be trained in the technologies, use them, and then report back to the group at the next faculty meeting to share their experiences. This is a cost-saving measure. It also is a way to get more data on the results of using technology. It could also help get more potential buy-in when the plan is unveiled at the faculty meeting, it's important to have the IT department ready to go and show some hands-on examples or at least videos of the potential technology that we're talking about. So potential technologies could be clickers, where essentially there's a quiz on the screen and students in real time get to select their answers, and then the answers are shown right on the board in class. Another way to use technology in the classroom at a very low cost is through Google Docs, where PowerPoint slides or presentations, Excel spreadsheets can be used and edited in real time during the class. Multiple people can edit the same sheet and see the edits in real time. And then having a smart board at the demonstration is important so that the IT people can show professors who are not familiar with smartboards all of the fantastic features and potential they hold. In order for this initiative to really catch hold campus-wide, it's important that there's faculty buy-in and accountability. Therefore, each professor will be asked to set an individual technology goal. The goals will be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. There's also the potential to tie the technology goals into performance evaluation conversations. That, however, will have to go through the faculty. It's important to allay fears that people have surrounding this new change. Ongoing support is imperative for this. Support will be provided by teaching assistants being trained in the technology. There will be optional faculty development sessions. As mentioned in the previous slide, you can find support for this at your PLCs, where people can discuss and share their successes or share their challenges. The IT department is working on some video tutorials that will quickly show and demonstrate the various technologies, as well as help with common problems that people have with technology. Every adaptive change comes with challenges. Here are a few we can foresee. First is budget. Many of the educational technology apps are actually free, so in order to help with the budget, we're going to begin with resources we have and add as funds become available. We're hoping that some donors will be inspired by our new initiative and will possibly make some funds available specifically for technology. A second challenge is time. No one feels like they have extra time to devote to learning new things. And that's where that professional learning community is going to come in handy. They're already required, that time is set aside monthly, and so technology will become the topic for the initial year of implementation. Lastly, a concern or a challenge is retirement. Faculty that is nearing retirement may be reticent to try this. So we are going to offer an ability to opt out of the technology goal for faculty who are within 3 years of retirement. Since adaptive changes are iterative, we're going to reassess with a yearly survey to assess progress, field concerns, and celebrate successes. Also, as mentioned previously, the department chair is going to conference and check in with his or her team members after each semester and report to the departmental dean. And the deans then can use that information. Heifetz, Grashow, and Linsky stated that adaptive challenges can only be addressed through changes in people's priorities, beliefs, habits, and loyalties. I believe that the technology use policy will be much better implemented when these factors are taken into consideration, and I believe that the plan I've outlined does just that. Thank you for watching.